Excited to play.
Movies are funny old things. This summer I have enjoyed cowboys battling aliens, a dude with a shield getting frozen in time, a remake of E.T. where they replaced E.T. with Godzilla, and a 2.5 hour migraine. The cost of going to the cinema is rather high these days. Add to that the fact that the floors are sticky, the popcorn is centuries old, and the guy sitting in front of you has picked today of all days to put on his new hat. It's easy to see how today's movies might not really be quite worth it. It puzzles me how much of what you go to see around blockbuster season boasts massive budgets and yet comes up with something you a bull would scoff at. Now call me a snob, but I always find the smaller movies to be more interesting. If there's not much invested in them, then the directors or whoever can afford to be a bit more adventurous. Sure, they may not look like Avatar, but they are 9 times out of 10 more exciting and engaging. Which leads me onto an indie film that you might not have seen, but you better see quite soon. Ultramarines is a topic I get quite a few messages about. Many people believe that I dislike it due to a comment I made in one of my previous videos. But this is not the case, and I like to make it clear to all my dear viewers out there. Sure, it's not as bad as Sex and the City, but it's still not quite as awesome as it could be. It's got fairly bizarre plot holes, a pretty bland story, and it really aggravates me how one squad of Ultramarines can take down wave upon wave of Chaos Marines in just one simple encounter. That said, I do still have a very special place in my heart for it. If you can look past these little niggles, what you find is a rich depiction of the 40k universe. While the facial CGI looks like it was made by a 2-year-old with no fingers, the environments, especially the Imperial battle barge, are epic. You really get the impression that you are in a monastery in space. Plus, in a day and age where most dark sci-fi is toned down to cater to the PG-13 age range, fans of Glee 3D and members of the Justin Bieber Wig Appreciation Society, Ultramarines unflinchingly portrays its bloody action. Ever wondered what a chainsaw to the head really looks like? Well, you won't be wondering for much longer. While I do think the story isn't really worth mentioning, Dan Abnett and the writing team do a grand old job of giving the dialogue weight, and the gravelly tones of Terence Stamp, Sean Pertwee and John Hurt give the Marines that ancient but awesome feeling, and trust me, there is nothing better on this planet than hearing Terence Stamp go Ultramarines for the 5th time. By far the best thing about Ultramarines is that it takes a very firm power armoured step in the right direction. If this is the first foray into film by Games Workshop, then I'm really looking forward to see what else they can do with a bit more money and just a little bit more TLC. And there's no need whatsoever for the 40k universe to limit itself to just the action genre. Imagine an Inquisition espionage movie. Imagine a Space Hulk horror movie, an Imperial Guard war movie, an orc romantic comedy. Well, maybe not. So I ask you, the viewers, the people, what do you want to see from the next 40k movie, if we ever get one, that is? Maybe if we make enough noise about it, it might just happen. The power is in our hands. Until next time, Excelsior!